Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, so we've all heard that whole doom and gloom narrative, right? The retail apocalypse. This idea that e-commerce juggernauts are basically just going to wipe out traditional brick and mortar stores. But the source material we're analyzing today actually presents a super compelling counter-narrative, and it's all through the lens of Vijay Sales. They're a legacy electronics giant that absolutely refuses to go down without a fight. So, we're going to unpack their adapt or die retail strategy and see exactly how a company built on actual physical storefronts defends its turf against massive, aggressive online competition. Okay, let's dive into this. First up, a legacy retail giant. 2. The 4 Ps of success. 3. The omni-channel evolution. 4. Building customer loyalty. And 5. Strengths, weaknesses, and threats. All right, section 1. A legacy retail giant. To really understand how they fight today, we kind of have to look at the foundation they've built. Just think about this for a second. They started way back in 1967 as a single, solitary showroom in Mumbai. So yeah, this isn't some flash-in-the-pan startup fueled by overnight venture capital. They have literally been selling appliances to families for so long that today's shoppers might actually be buying a fridge from the exact same company their grandparents did. And, that builds a kind of deep generational trust that money simply cannot buy. And over those decades, they've scaled massively. They now boast this huge nationwide footprint of over 170 stores. But here's the thing. This physical presence isn't just plain old retail space. These stores actually act like vast interactive billboards sitting in premium locations all across the country. And inside those 170-plus stores, just imagine trying to keep track of an inventory of over 5,000 products. I mean, we were talking about everything from the absolute latest cutting-edge smartphones all the way up to heavy home appliances like refrigerators and washing machines. Managing a supply chain to keep 5,000 distinct items stocked and ready to just walk out the door at locations all across the country is an absolutely immense logistical feat. It really forms the backbone of their market dominance. But you might be wondering, who's actually buying all these products? Well, their target market is wildly diverse. You've got the traditional family looking for dependable TV, right alongside, say, a Gen Z techie meticulously hunting down a highly specific gaming accessory. So the challenge here is immense. How on earth do you design a store and an experience that feels totally welcoming to both of them without alienating either? Moving on to section 2, the 4 Ps of success. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how they serve that massive audience. They lean on a classic marketing mix, but it's totally weaponized for the modern era. For product, they don't just push one single brand, they offer a massive portfolio. For price, they literally fight the internet with aggressive bank partnerships for EMIs, which suddenly makes really expensive tech completely affordable. For place, well, they're practically everywhere you look. And promotion? We're talking about the whole shebang, everything from huge Diwali newspaper spreads to highly targeted social media influencers. All right, section 3, the omni-channel evolution. So let's look a little closer at that concept of place. Omni-channel isn't just some fancy corporate buzzword for, hey, we have a website. It's about creating a perfectly seamless loop for the shopper. Picture this. You're browsing for a new phone on their app while riding the train to work. Then you walk into a store later that day to actually hold the phone in your hand. You buy it right there on the spot, and then you have it delivered straight to your house. It completely seamlessly bridges the physical and digital worlds. Look at how beautifully they balance these assets. I mean, pure e-commerce sites can't let you actually open a fridge door, right? They can't offer you a face-to-face expert who's going to walk you through exactly how the wash cycles work on a brand new machine. But then, on the flip side, Vijay Sales has built these incredibly robust digital tools too. A great e-commerce site, a dedicated app, and smart targeted ads. Blending these two worlds together gives them a super unique edge. It's basically the speed of the internet paired with that tactile, real-world reassurance of a physical showroom. And they know they have to catch you the exact second you start Googling. So what do? They publish buying guides and product reviews. Let's say you're sweating in May, desperately searching for a new AC. Boom! Their targeted digital ads and personalized notifications pop right up, making absolutely sure that Vijay Sales is the very first name you think of when you finally pull out your wallet. Next up, section 4, building customer loyalty. Because getting a customer to buy just once, that's not enough. But how do they actually stop you from just hopping online and finding the absolute cheapest price? Honestly, it comes down to one big thing: trust. Dropping major cash on electronics comes with some genuine anxiety. Like, what if it's a knockoff? What if it breaks in a week? Online marketplaces with all those sketchy third-party sellers just can't always guarantee you peace of mind. So Vijay Sales uses its physical legacy to essentially say, hey, we're real, the product is genuine, and look, if it breaks, you know exactly which door to walk through to find us. Let's see how this all builds into their customer relationship management, or CRM. And again, these aren't just empty corporate buzzwords. These are real, tangible benefits for us, the consumers. Think about installation. If you buy a massive air conditioner online, trying to install it yourself is, well, it's pretty much an absolute recipe for disaster. But Vijay Sales bundles this seamlessly. They offer immediate installation assistance, extended warranties, super easy returns, and loyalty programs that actually reward you for coming back. They're essentially building a protective moat around their customers, one based on incredible service, not just rock-bottom pricing. Finally, Section 5, Strengths, Weaknesses, and Threats. And this brilliantly illustrates the reality of the retail battlefield. This SWOT analysis really lays out their daily balancing act. Sure, they have some pretty incredible internal strengths, a sterling brand reputation and a super wide omni-channel network, but look at the negatives. Retail margins are notoriously razor-thin. To survive it all, you just have to sell massive volume. Combine that with hyper-aggressive online rivals undercutting your prices almost every hour, plus the constant looming threat of supply chain issues leaving your stores empty. Wow, the pressure is literally immense. The day-to-day operational hurdles just to keep this massive machine running are intense. I mean, imagine trying to guarantee that when a highly anticipated viral new smartphone drops, all 170 of your stores have it perfectly stocked. Or imagine having to train thousands of staff members to be experts on consumer tech that changes literally every single week. Plus, they have to respond almost instantly to sudden price drops from those online competitors, all while maintaining completely consistent customer service across the entire country. Which really leaves us with the ultimate question. Will legacy trusts and a carefully crafted omni-channel blend actually be enough to win the consumer electronics war against super aggressive online-only pricing? Well, Vijay Sales has definitely proven that physical retail isn't dead. It just has to evolve. They've built this completely fascinating blueprint for survival, beautifully leveraging decades of hard-earned trust alongside modern digital integration. But as technology continues to accelerate at warp speed, the battle for the consumer's wallet is only going to get fiercer. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.